Executive Director Corrente is also present. This meeting is being audio and video recorded. By way of announcement, I'm going to read something here. We are pleased to welcome Dave Gagliardi to the Barica Housing Authority Board of Commissioners. Dave is an appointee of the Governor Maura Healy to the board. Dave is a well-known active member of the Barica community. He's been a resident for over 50 years and has served on the Charter Review Committee, Bylaw Review Committee, Finance Committee, Select Board, and many other boards and committees. Dave.
Yeah, that's right.
Dave remains acting as chair of the Finance Committee and is part-time bus driver for the COA. Welcome, Dave. And here's your one and only opportunity to talk, because once he starts, it's over.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
All right. To the agenda. Oh, pledge of allegiance. We good? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Meeting minutes, December 12th.
Yep, you have the meeting minutes. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion. We approve the minutes for December 12th, 2024 and place on file.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, 3-0.
Next on the correspondence, the first item is your letter, which sent by the chair to former Commissioner Captain Motioner. And thanking her for her service. I put that on file.
Yes, please.
Next is a letter. Excuse me, to Rich and East. Again, from the chair, I'd like to read this one. At its meeting on December 12th, Barica Housing Authority Board of Commissioners voted to make a donation to Shawshene Tech in grateful appreciation for their construction of the single-family house at 14 Mason Ave in North Barica. As this was the first house built by the BHA with Shawshene Tech, their generous pro bono donation of your time and expertise as clerk of the works provided the BHA a considerable savings. You continually identified cost-saving alternatives, found areas in the plans, and quickly brought in contractors when needed. House was completed sooner than expected and under the estimated budget. Project would not have been successful without your oversight. We're truly grateful for all you did, and even more amazing with the fact that you and a number of local contractors did not wish any public recognition. You all just wanted to quietly help provide housing in the record. Thank you. So that's that letter. And then, as you know, the next two letters, we have the annual Christmas luncheon here, and O'Connor Hardware donated an item, a big basket full of cleaning items for the raffle, and there's a thank you letter to Kevin O'Connor for that. And then next is Giorgio's Liquor. They donated a crate with bottles of wine, wine opener. So that's thanking them for it from us. And with permission, moving on, the investment accounts, they have the listing with still just under 4 million, but here's the listing, and I'll answer any questions. Being none, it's placed on file. Next is the check summary report for the period of December 1 to December 31 for $140,000. Anticipating a question from Commissioner O'Donnell. The $1,084 to me was a reimbursement for floral pieces for the Christmas raffle and the Christmas gift cards to Market Basket for the raffle and for the employees of the housing authority. I'm going to answer any questions for that. Wanting to vote?
Mr. Chairman, make a motion that we approve paying the bills from 12/1/2024 to 12/31/2024.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, 3-0.
Okay.
Next is the monthly report that you get. This is for January for the Section 8 vouchers. And it's $95,214.78. It requires a vote. Or answer any questions. There are any.
Can we just pause for a second?
Sorry?
Do you know about what we do?
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead, Jim.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we approve the payment of $95,214.78 to the Dedham Housing Authority for Section 8 billing.
Second.
All in favor? Aye, opposed, 301.
Moving along is the EFC accounts report for December 31, and anticipating the usual question, go to page 3. The percentage is 58.2, so, and the magic number to maintain is always 35 or above. You can see further down, a couple pages later, we certainly don't have that issue here at 16, and this gets placed on file.
Payroll.
Next, the payroll report, answer any questions on that?
Mr. Chairman, here are no questions, and make a motion that we approve the payroll report from December 5th, 2024 through December 26th, 24.
Second.
All in favor? Aye, opposed, 301.
Next is the standard vacancy report. And working your way up from the bottom, we had 27 CRs, 27 Chelmsford Road. That individual was overhoused and moved over to 13 River Street, was qualified to live there. So that's overhoused, and we're now gonna be obviously renovating the interior. It's listed as a very poor, not because the person maintained a very poor, but had been there for 14 years, so it really, it needs new kitchen cabinets, we have to. Modernize it. You know? But then working your way up 13 River Street, that apartment, person, left in the middle of the night. I think there's a write-off further down on the agenda. 5A is a death for passing. 3E is the same passing. 5D is moving to a nursing home, and 1P is a passing. So if there are answer any questions, if not, it just gets placed on file. If there are any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. Hearing none. Welcome to the chair, I'll continue to move along.
Please.
Here we go, Mr. Gabriel. Nothing, just talking to the new member.
Once we get comfortable.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Pull out the sandwich, time for a snack.
Next is the executive director's report, the last meeting, we're trying to, you know, work down some of the things in the report, that first section. But the first one, tenant, very close to the end, totally satisfied with the court order to avoid eviction. Next, we just had a hearing, and the tenant has made a commitment, so we'll see how that works. And the next one, the lease violation is action pending. And so, as I say, as we work these down, I will only report when there's an actual decision, so that I don't report something that becomes fodder for
Right.
idle gossip. No smoking issues, we continue to refer people for RAF. We have a tenant meeting next Tuesday. Into the modernization project, again, for the new member, these are all projects where we receive state funding, so they're just for state properties. The bathroom sink one, that's ballooned up to 200,000. It went up, and we had estimated to be 186, but it's 200,000. It increased by $66,000 because of the change the sinks. You're gonna have a asbestos problem. So the remediation of the asbestos brought it up to 200,000. The roof one was completed at Treble Grove Road. Video surveillance, that's gonna probably come in around 125. The McCullough House, still in the early stages of planning that. The Talbot Park lot, we continue to seem to have it lingering at the state, but we were finally able, through some contacts we had, to pry this loose and get it going. And as it turns out, I have a meeting next Tuesday, on site with the engineer. So we'll get it'll get moving now. Which is good, but I think that one you won't see any action until, obviously, spring. You know, just go around the parking lot. And then lastly, the budget was completed from our end, you folks voted on it, and it's now in the hands of state. And once they approve it, then it will be put into effect, it will be backdated to July 1 in some cases, salary increases. So it's the next, if you wish me to proceed.
Yeah, please.
The next item is the rent write-off. The memo pretty much describes it. We have been dealing with the resident at a 30-day notice to quit. There was some squatters issues there. And the resident vacated the apartment in the middle of the night, no forwarding address. So there's a balance of $2,386 that the board needs to, I respectfully request the board to write it off.
Mr. Chairman, I move the Berwick Housing Authority Board of Commissioners approve the write-off of $2,386, which is the outstanding balance due for 13 River Street, apartment 14.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, 301.
And the last item on the agenda is the annual renewal of the contract for Kent Ewald. I believe you all have that memo. This will be for the period of July 1, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. They provide excellent service to us. The contract is increased by 5%, which it did last year, previous year prior to that. 22-23 was 7%. A few years prior to that was ranged between 3.5 and 4. Yeah, I'd say 5% is reasonable. They're well known in the industry. This is their sole business, so I would respectfully request the board approve the renewal of the contract that I can sign and send to them.
Mr. Chairman, I move the Board of Commissioners of the Berwick Housing Authority approve the accountants federal and state service contracts totaling $1,797 per month between the Berwick Housing Authority, Fenton, Ewald and Associates PC for the period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. And authorize the executive director to execute any required documents in the regard.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, 301.
And then
Opposed.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman,
you have the meeting scheduled.
Yes, I do.
For 13th, March 13th.
Yep.
And no one signed up for open mic.
So let's talk about the meeting schedule for February 13th. I'm not gonna be here, you're not gonna be here, and probably, Marty will
There
not
will
be.
be,
He will be.
yeah, because we have coming up the annual plan. So your meeting of February, March and April are important because we have to announce it, we have to, one of the meetings have public input. Why don't you,
The later week?
why don't you hold off on that until, next week, because I have a meeting Monday with the consultant relative to that plan.
Yep.
And I'll know for sure which meeting we have to announce that the plan's available.
Yeah.
And then it's either the March or the April meeting would be the annual hearing, where you have to invite public input. So I'll know more after next Monday as to
Right.
what you mean. So you may be able to dodge February, but not dodge March.
Well, I'm not, I don't think March will be.
Not dodge, but you know,
Right, well, for you, March would be.
I mean, you can still do it with
Hold on,
a telephone.
Yeah.
You can still do it with a telephone.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, all right, very good.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
may I ask a question here?
yes, you can.
Mr. Carenti, quick question. We just approved the accountant's fee contract.
yeah,
It says July 1st, 2024. We've gone 6 months without the contract. Track being up.
yeah, you have to wait for, used to be called GHCD, Executive Office of Housing and Rural Communities, to come up with their guidance, like they did for the budget. there's certain limits that the council.
I understand now. I thought maybe you had the dates wrong, that's all. Should have known that.
Yeah,
So we'll go to meetings, there is no one for open mic.
yeah, and that's for the fiscal year starting.
Yeah, I understand that.
But they have to wait until they get guidance from the state.
And you've already said there's no one for sign up for open mic. Having said that,
Mr. Chairman, make the motion, that we adjourn, and I thank those residents for participating this afternoon in this weather.
yes, thank you very much.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Real.
Thank you.
So nice to have a new member, what these things right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.